You have been misled for decades about what exercise really keeps you strong as you age. Doctors say it. Fitness magazines repeat it. Family members mean well when they tell you, just keep walking. Hit your steps. 10,000 a day and you'll be fine. But here is the truth most people never hear. Walking alone is not protecting your strength. In fact, a major research paper released by the University of Missouri in 2023 uncovered something that stunned researchers. Adults over the age of 60 who practiced targeted chair-based exercises improved their functional strength by 27% more than those who relied only on walking. 27%. That difference determines whether you can rise from a chair without help or need support, whether you can pick up a grandchild or hesitate out of fear. There is a reason this information is rarely discussed. Entire industries profit from the idea that walking is the ultimate solution for seniors. Shoe brands, fitness trackers, treadmills, billions of dollars are built on that message. Yet orthopedic specialists have quietly known for years. Walking supports your heart, but it does very little to stop age-related muscle loss. That muscle loss has a name: sarcopenia. It begins as early as your 30s and slowly strips away 3 to 5% of your muscle every decade. By your 70s, nearly a third of your strength may already be gone. Walking cannot reverse this. Chair-based resistance movements can. A long-term Harvard Medical School study published in 2022 followed more than 2,000 seniors for 18 months. One group performed seated strength exercises, the other focused on walking. Same ages, similar health conditions. The results were clear. The seated exercise group gained muscle, the walking group lost it. Even more remarkable, the top exercise on this list, which you'll see at the end, increased bone density by 19% in adults over 65. Surgeons are now recommending this exact movement to patients recovering from hip surgery because it outperforms many traditional therapy programs. Before we begin, subscribe this channel and tell us in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We genuinely read and respond to them all. Now, let's start with number 5, and this one is often overlooked. Number 5. Seated calf raises. This is the exercise most people ignore, and that mistake quietly steals independence. Seated calf raises sound almost too simple. You sit down, you lift your heels, that's it. But this movement activates one of the most important muscle systems in your lower body. Your calf muscles control what's known as the venous pump. Every contraction helps push blood upward from your legs back toward your heart. Without strong calves, blood pools in the lower legs, leading to swelling, discomfort, varicose veins, and a higher risk of dangerous clots. A 2021 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology examined 140 seniors with circulation issues. Half performed seated calf raises 3 times per week. The rest made no changes. After just 12 weeks, the exercise group showed a 41% improvement in blood return efficiency. Ankles were less swollen. Legs felt lighter. Risk markers for clot formation dropped significantly. Walking activates many muscles at once, which dilutes the workload. Seated calf raises isolate these pumping muscles and force them to work harder, exactly what aging tissue needs. How to perform it correctly. Sit upright in a solid chair with feet flat on the floor and knees bent at about 90 degrees. Press through the balls of your feet and raise your heels as high as possible. Hold for 2 seconds at the top, squeezing the backs of your legs. Then lower slowly and with control. That slow lowering phase is critical. It builds muscle more effectively than lifting alone. Start with 15 repetitions. Progress toward 3 sets of 25. Once it feels easy, add a heavy book or small weight across your thighs. This small increase dramatically speeds results. Surgeons favor this movement because it places no stress on the hips or knees. All effort stays in the ankles and calves. Perform it daily, morning and evening, and many people notice lighter, stronger legs within 2 weeks. Number 4. Seated knee extensions. This exercise strengthens the muscle group that determines whether you can climb stairs, stand up from a toilet, or get out of a car unassisted. Your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, weaken faster with age than almost any other muscle. A University of Vermont study from 2020 followed 400 adults over 5 years. Seniors who avoided targeted leg work lost an average of 16% of their thigh muscle. Those who performed seated knee extensions 3 times weekly gained strength instead, a 20% swing in outcome. Walking barely challenges the quadriceps. Flat ground requires minimal resistance. Muscles only grow when they are asked to work harder than usual. Seated knee extensions force your quads to lift the full weight of your lower leg against gravity. How to do it? Sit tall with your back supported. Hold the sides of the chair. Extend one leg until the knee is fully straight and toes point upward. Hold for 3 seconds while squeezing your thigh firmly. Then lower slowly over 4 seconds. Complete 12 repetitions per leg. Rest briefly. Perform 3 total sets. The squeeze at the top matters most. Actively contracting the muscle boosts strength gains dramatically. A 2023 European physiology study found people who focused on muscle engagement gained 31% more strength than those who didn't. Once this becomes easy, add ankle weights or resistance bands. Even 2 pounds makes a meaningful difference. Strong quadriceps protect your knees by absorbing impact and reducing joint stress with every step you take. Number 3. Seated hip marches. This movement strengthens muscles most people forget until they start falling. Your hip flexors lift your legs every time you walk. When they weaken, steps become shorter. Feet barely clear the floor. Shuffling begins and tripping follows. A Mayo Clinic study in 2022 analyzed 800 adults aged 60 to 85. Hip flexor weakness was the strongest predictor of falls. Those with the weakest hip flexors were 4 times more likely to fall within 1 year. Falls are not minor events. 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls annually. 1 in 5 of those falls causes serious injury. Hip fractures are especially dangerous. Nearly 30% of seniors who suffer one pass away within a year. And this is exactly why the next exercises on this list are so important. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to empower you. Seated hip marches strengthen the exact muscles that keep you upright and prevent dangerous falls. The movement closely resembles walking, but with something walking lacks: controlled resistance. You are teaching your hip flexors to lift your legs higher, stronger, and with purpose. To perform this exercise properly, sit toward the front edge of your chair. Do not lean against the backrest. Keep your spine tall and your abdominal muscles lightly engaged. Now lift your right knee upward toward your chest as high as you comfortably can. Your foot will leave the floor. Hold this position for 2 seconds, focusing on the contraction at the front of your hip. Then lower your foot slowly and repeat on the left side. That completes 1 repetition. The slower you move, the more benefit you gain. Do not swing your legs or rely on momentum. Lift with muscle, not motion. Aim for 20 total repetitions, alternating legs each time. Complete 3 sets, resting 1 minute between each. To make this exercise more challenging, increase the hold at the top to 5 seconds. Once it becomes easy, ankle weights can be added gradually. Surgeons have observed that patients who perform hip marches consistently before joint replacement surgery recover faster afterward. Their muscles are already conditioned, allowing rehabilitation to progress more smoothly. This exercise also sharpens balance by forcing your core to stabilize your body while one leg is lifted, a skill that directly carries over into daily movement. Now we move to exercises orthopedic specialists consider essential for independent living. Number 2, seated resistance band rows. Nearly everything you do in daily life requires pulling strength, opening doors, getting out of bed, pulling on clothing, carrying bags, even hugging your loved ones. All of these actions rely on the muscles of your upper back, particularly the latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, and rear shoulders. These muscles are also responsible for keeping your posture upright. When they weaken, gravity begins to take over. Shoulders roll forward. The upper spine curves into excessive rounding, known medically as kyphosis. This posture change is not merely cosmetic. It compresses the lungs, making breathing less efficient. It shifts your balance forward, increasing fall risk. It strains the neck as the head drifts ahead of the body, leading to chronic pain. Walking does nothing to strengthen these muscles. Arm swinging during walking is passive, not resistance-based. This is why many lifelong walkers still develop poor posture. Their posterior chain was never challenged. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation followed 300 seniors for 6 months. One group walked regularly. The other performed seated resistance band rows. The results were striking. The rowing group improved spinal posture by an average of 8 degrees, while the walking group showed no measurable change. Reports of upper back and neck pain dropped by 63% in the rowing group. To perform seated rows, use a resistance band. These are ideal for seniors because they protect joints while delivering effective muscle loading. Sit tall with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Loop the band around the soles of your feet and hold one end in each hand. Extend your arms forward so the band has light tension. Now pull your elbows backward, squeezing your shoulder blades together as if pinching something between them. Your hands should move toward your rib cage. Hold this position for 2 seconds, concentrating on the muscles between your shoulders. Then slowly return to the starting position with full control. Do not let the band snap back. Perform 15 repetitions per set for 3 sets total. The resistance should feel manageable but challenging by the final few repetitions. If it feels too easy, increase tension by using a thicker band or doubling the band. Surgeons frequently prescribe this movement after spinal procedures because strong back muscles act like support cables, holding the spine in proper alignment and reducing degenerative stress. Number 1. Sit-to-stand squats. If you perform only one exercise for the rest of your life, make it this one. The sit-to-stand squat is more than an exercise. It is one of the strongest predictors of long-term health and survival. Researchers have shown that the ability to rise from a seated position without assistance closely correlates with mortality risk. A landmark study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology tracked over 2,000 adults above age 51 for 6 years. Participants who struggled to stand without using their hands were 5 to 6 times more likely to die during the study period. This single movement activates nearly every major muscle in your lower body. The thighs straighten your knees, the glutes extend your hips, the calves stabilize your ankles, your core balances your body, your back keeps your spine aligned. No other exercise offers this level of full-body coordination. Even more importantly, the sit-to-stand directly mirrors movements you perform many times every day getting out of bed, standing from a chair, exiting a car, or using the bathroom. Training this pattern builds strength that immediately improves daily life. The 2023 study referenced earlier found that adults over 65 who performed sit-to-stand exercises 3 times per week increased bone density in their hips and femurs by 19%. This is extraordinary, as bone density normally declines with age. The mechanical loading from standing sends signals to bones to rebuild tissue. Stronger bones mean a much lower risk of fractures if a fall occurs. Because of this, many orthopedic surgeons now prescribe this exercise as preventive medicine. Some even require patients to demonstrate a minimum number of sit-to-stands before approving elective joint surgeries. To perform the movement correctly, begin seated with feet flat on the floor, slightly wider than hip width. Cross your arms over your chest to avoid using your hands. Lean forward slightly so your weight shifts over your feet. Push through your heels and stand fully upright. Pause for 1 second at the top. Now lower yourself slowly back down over 4 seconds. Lightly touch the chair without relaxing completely, then immediately rise again. The slow descent is essential. It is where most of the strength is built. Begin with 10 repetitions if you are new. Progress toward 3 sets of 15. Once comfortable, add resistance by holding a light object to your chest, such as a water jug. You can also increase difficulty by extending the lowering phase to 6 or 8 seconds. Perform this exercise every other day to allow recovery. Within 4 weeks, everyday tasks will feel noticeably easier. Stairs will demand less effort. Low chairs will no longer feel intimidating. Confidence in your movement will return. These 5 exercises represent what orthopedic specialists wish every adult over 60 practiced consistently. Walking still has value for heart health, but it is not enough on its own. If you want to remain independent, reduce fall risk, preserve bone density, and maintain strength that truly supports your lifestyle, resistance-based chair exercises are essential. The science is clear. The medical consensus is firm. You do not need a gym. You do not need expensive machines. All you need is a sturdy chair, possibly a resistance band, and about 15 minutes a few times per week. Start with exercise number 5 today. Master it, then gradually add the next. By the time you reach sit-to-stand squats, your body will be prepared. Your future strength depends on the choices you make now. Now tell us, which of these 5 exercises are you most excited to try first? Have you ever been told walking was all you needed after 60? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.